following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a different kind of show today. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, heavily music inspired. And I think that you guys are going to enjoy both of our guests. Before we get started, let's say hi to our eating cool man about town, Ron Russell.
Listen, you have to eat to keep your strength up. Show business, we don't have lunch hours when we work for free.
But you don't work for free.
Oh, I work for free.
Anyway, let's go. Come on.
Where's my paycheck?
The show gets paid, so you get
I never
paid.
see a fucking penny.
Well, you eat.
I eat? Oh, wait. You better start looking for a place to live.
Yeah. Anyway, we have a really fun show, you guys, today, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Ron's eating our leftover Chinese food because we went to a Chinese restaurant last night.
Pepper steak, delicious. The peppers, I love peppers.
Absolutely, and it was really good, but we saved a little bit of it, so he went to the pool this morning.
Peppers are very good for you.
You okay the way that looks?
They get rid of high blood pressure. They level your blood level. They take sugar. But peppers are the best thing to eat. Eat a lot of peppers. They're healthy.
So we got people joining us in the chat room. Julia, I think, is in Russia, has joined us. Hi, Julia. B. Claudia from Germany. Don Hinton, Lady Lake in Florida. I think you guys are going to like our show today. We have John Arthur Hill coming on, and we also have Dave Aude coming on.
What's his name?
Dave Aude.
Oh, is it Dave is gay?
No, Dave Aude, but he is gay.
Oh, so I wasn't so wrong. Dave is gay. He's on.
Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. He's got a bunch of Grammys, you guys, and he's got more number one hits than anybody as a DJ on Billboard, 135 hits. So it's a big deal, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that today.
I was in the spa this morning. I loved it for my knees, the hot water surging around my knees. Felt so good. But, when your hair gets all from the pool and then you take a shower when you come home, your hair's wild, so I'm wild.
It's good, though. Everybody likes it wild.
Wild again, beguiled again. Gia simmering syphilis, whatever I am again.
They actually say that they like our light today, that we look good today.
Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered.
You look perfect.
Am I lost my head? So what of it? Jimmy Star.
So they said that they watch all the different Housewives shows, and they're looking forward to having our first guest on.
Good.
So
good,
it should be a lot of fun.
See if I have pepper stuck on my teeth.
No, I don't see it on your lip. Just on your lip.
That's blood because I bit my tongue.
Oh no, it's not blood though. It looked like a red pepper. Actually, it looked like a red pepper.
It was blood.
So you guys, 30 days from today, we're going to be in Nevada shooting Clown Motel 3 Ways to Hell. Ron's going to be shooting it. I'm just there. And
I prefer to call it 3 Ways to Hell. I leave the Clown Motel out because people laugh. They say, "What movie are you in now, Ron?" I said, "Well, I'm going to shoot Clown Motel 3 Ways to Hell," and people start to laugh because of the Clown Motel. Why? I don't know. So now I just say I'm in 3 Ways to Hell, and they go, "Oh, that sounds like a good movie." Wow. So you see, it's all in the bullshit.
That's hilarious, though. Actually,
I feel like I have peppers stuck all over my teeth.
No, you're fine.
How's that?
No, you're fine. You do have a little bit stuck in here, but nobody can see it because it's so little. So you don't have to worry about it.
Peppers have a tendency of doing that.
Anyway, so what's going on with you? What are you going to tell me? You always tell people something at the beginning of the day. What did you do exciting?
Oh,
the dog.
Stabbed by my dog. Does your dog have nails like death? Astro, you have nails like Prefer. Like, my daughter Leslie thinks she can cut his nails. They shatter. And when they shatter, they have little points. And he makes holes all over my body. Hello, darling. Say hello to your audience, Astro. Say hello to everybody that loves you. This is Astro. He's ready to go on. Hey, say hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Astro.
He just wants to lick. He just likes to lick, you guys.
He wants a kiss. That's a kiss.
He is so cool, and he's so much fun.
Let's get back to me not getting paid.
No, we don't have time to go into that right now.
Of course not. You never have time to go into that, do you?
Anyway, it's not really a good subject for the public to hear. And,
Well, how cheap you are?
No, I'm not cheap.
That you don't allow me time to eat?
What do you mean?
He starves me.
We got up at 7 o'clock this morning. You had 5 hours to eat.
I brought my car in for service.
Yes. And
what? It's in there for service.
I know. So his car's in there
There's no
for service.
story.
Okay.
The big story is that yesterday we heard Biden died. How stupid is that? And I told Jimmy, the media, the press has gone crazy. People out there make up this shit and people believe it. I was watching YouTube and it said Sophia Loren has died. Oh, I know Sophia, and I felt terrible. I thought, oh, wow, it's just really sad.
Actually, today...
And it wasn't true. Sophia Loren is alive, living in Sweden.
Today, all over Facebook, I saw Sylvester Stallone died, but I looked it up and he didn't die, so it was not real news. I don't think they should put all that stuff up there.
All these morbid, sick people that do that stuff.
Absolutely. It's totally messed up. It's totally messed up.
But you know what? YouTube shouldn't allow it. They should be penalized, and they should get in trouble. I mean, if Biden died, that was a big deal. It would have been terrible.
Everybody's saying hi to Astro, too.
I feel bad for Biden that they kicked him out.
Anyway, creepy and sick. So, Julia, are you in Russia?
Are you going to kick me off the show because I'm 84?
No. Why would I do that?
Well, they kicked Biden out because he was 81.
Well, I don't want to talk politics because we lose our audience.
Well, I'm not talking politics. I'm just making a little statement. Listen, you can't be totally stupid all the time on this show. You got to have some brains.
I know you do. But,
anyway.
So let's tell everybody, to thank everybody, all the places you can listen to the show, you guys. Please listen to us on Red Circle or Apple Podcasts because that's where we actually...
or on your cell phone.
On Red Circle or Apple Podcasts on your cell phone. Because you have to go to those apps because those are the apps that pay us.
Yes, but you didn't say on your cell phone.
Well, yeah, it can be on a computer, it can be on a cell phone,
but
it can be on an iPad.
Cell phone.
Yes, because you can go anywhere that you go onto the internet.
84 years old and I still have my marbles.
There you go. Anywhere that you go to listen to anything, you can listen to our show. However you get on the internet, you can listen to the show. We're on Red Circle, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud.
We are on all devices.
iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Prime.
Did you know that hands came before napkins?
Oh, Jesus.
Did you know that? I used to say that when I was little. And, my napkin would fall on the floor. So I would just wipe with my hand. And my mother would say, what are you doing? I said, hands came before napkins, Mom. And then she punched me in the face for being smart ass.
Things that we remember.
My mother was tough. She was an actress. She was out and she was a silent movie, nutty actress. What can I tell you? Hello, darling. Give Daddy.
See, my mom didn't do that. My mom would just smack you if you said something, and she would do it so quick when you were right in front of her.
No, my mother.
Don't backtalk me or don't smart aleck me.
No. My mother had an uppercut. She could give you a left jab in the face and then follow it with an uppercut. Yeah, my mother was tough. She was from 9th Avenue, Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. My mother was born in New York. She was a tough New York chick. Beautiful woman, gorgeous woman, beautiful shape. All the men went nuts over her. My father was so jealous. He used to check. My father would jump the roofs if my mother went to the store so he could watch her to make sure she didn't meet somebody. That's how crazy they were, those two.
So you guys, last night we watched a really cute movie. I think it was on YouTube, but I think it's also on Tubi. And the name of the movie was called Calendar Girls.
Very
with
sweet.
Helen Mirren and a bunch of really famous British actresses that you'll know from like Harry Potter and I don't know, all these different like movies. But it's a very cute movie. It's old. It's like a 20-year-old movie, but it's super cute. And I think people in our audience will like it. Cindy, Lady Like You, and B. Claudia will definitely like it.
And I love Helen Mirren so much.
Me too.
I would love to work with her. That would be a dream come true, to work with Helen Mirren. And I want to work with Sophia Loren again. I would love to work with Sophia. So that's why I keep telling Jimmy, find a script that Sophia would like.
Oh, that would be cool, though.
So Sophia wants to go back to work. She's not done.
Actually, Dawn said it's a good film. She watched it. She said it's a
Who?
cute. Dawn said she thought it was a cute film.
Oh,
She saw it.
Calendar? It's fabulous. About a bunch of middle-aged women that do a nude calendar.
To raise money.
Very cute.
For cancer.
Don't give the plot away. But
That's
it's
okay.
a very cute
It tells
movie.
you when you Google it. So
And if you're a Helen Mirren fan like I am, you'll enjoy watching her because she's the feature player. She's the star.
And you'll recognize all the other people because anything that you've ever seen from any British film, it's all the biggest British stars.
You know, they're doing Downton Abbey again.
Yeah, they're
That's
making a
right.
new one. Oh, and it's a true story.
That's a true story, Calendar Girl.
Yeah.
I know. But Downton Abbey, that's Astro.
Yeah, you guys, they're making a new Downton Abbey movie. I think they're going to already be older now in it.
My dog, I mean, he just kisses me all day and I don't care. Because I let him. I mean, Astro, are you gay or what? You're kissing daddy like that? Tongue kissing daddy? Not cool. Not cool at all. Anyway, so that's the end of that. So what else can we talk about now that I'm not getting paid?
You can talk about anything you want. Usually you tell people what you did. What did you do? We went and looked at houses in Santa Clarita.
Well, don't say where we went because the crazies will follow us. You know, please, they'll be shooting at us. Anyway, we went to a mysterious place to look where it's cool. The temperature never gets beyond like 100 maybe or 98. Here, every day, it's 111, 114, 118, 124. My plants are just looking at me saying, Daddy, I'm drowning, I'm suffocating. My plants are shriveling up, my beautiful flowers. I water them. I go out and talk to them. I say, kids, it's going to get cool soon, another 8 weeks, and you won't have this heat. And my flowers just look at me and say, too late, Daddy, we're dying. So
It's true. Last night, you guys, at 7 o'clock at night, it was 116 degrees. That's pretty warm, especially at nighttime when the sun's not even out.
I wish Jimmy kissed me as much as my dog did. You never kissed me like Astro does.
Oh, you want me to just lick you all over?
Yeah, that would be nice. I won't say no.
I could lick you all over.
You could lick me all over.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I wouldn't object. It's called a tongue bath.
But Astro gives it tongue baths big time.
He's
And if we try to kiss Ron, watch. Astro, watch. Astro. Oh, he's not good. Yes, he has to come and kiss the two of
that's
us.
why I call him.
We call him three-way.
He wants to do.
But if he
three-way.
didn't have to climb up us, like if we were like sitting on the bed or sitting on the couch, then he just jumps and he starts barking first. And then after he barks, he just starts kissing all of us. So it's a lot of fun.
I love dogs. I think everybody should rescue one. I look at this commercial that comes on television and I turn the commercial off because it will upset my entire evening of TV watching when you see those pathetic dogs in the snow chained in a cage. Oh, my God.
No, it's terrible.
How could anyone do that to an animal? A dog is really your best friend. He forgives you everything. You can do no wrong to your dog, and your dog will love you and follow you and protect you. This little squirt thinks he could protect me.
He does, too. He tries.
Yeah, well, he's a boy, and he's tough, and he thinks that he thinks he was born to protect.
Absolutely. It's so much fun.
So why are we sitting here like two dildos?
Well, we're waiting for our first guest to come, and you usually talk for 15 minutes, but you haven't talked about anything.
Because there's really nothing to talk about. I'm not allowed to talk about politics. I'm not allowed to talk about I don't get paid. I'm not allowed to talk about I don't get a lunch hour. I'm not allowed to talk about anything because you command, you demand, and you direct.
Well, that's okay because now our guest is here, so we don't have to wait any.
Yeah, well, one day you're going to find my clothes all out of the closet, my car gone, and my dog gone, and me happy with somebody else. A nice 85-year-old multi-gazillionaire who just wants to travel the world on a boat.
That's funny.
And that's where Astro and I will be, traveling the world on a boat.
So we're going to bring on our first guest, you guys.
First guest. Who's that?
Our first guest, his name is John Arthur Hill. Let's bring him in, Juan.
Arthur Hill.
John.
Oh, he's a cute one.
I told you.
Oh, look at this one.
Say something. Let's make sure we can hear you.
Hi. How is it?
There you go. There you go. I love it.
Okay.
Are you free Thursday night around 8?
I am if you're in LA.
I am. Look at you, you big hunk of beautiful shit.
Hold on.
So wait a minute.
We got to introduce him first before we start talking.
I'm in love already. Stop it.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, writer, host, performer, comedian, singer, John Arthur Hill. Hello and welcome to the show. We're happy to have you.
Hi, guys. Wow. Hi. How are you?
Introduction.
Good.
You know, that would be a nice name, Ron Hill. I could change my name to your name easily. Ron Hill.
We could hyphenate. Russell Hill.
Listen, how tall are you?
6'2".
I figured I'm 6 foot. What's your arm size? Your muscle?
I don't know. I've never measured it.
Never measured those muscles?
No, I haven't.
I like
you know what the next question is going to be. What's your shoe size?
Shoe size is only 11 and a half.
11 and a half.
That's pretty big. Not an 8.
I know a bunch of old queens in Palm Springs that would kill for you.
Oh my God, Palm Springs. I'm doing my show there September 20th at Oscars. Have you ever been to Oscars?
Oh,
yeah, we live in Palm Springs.
We live
here. Shit. I didn't know that. You got to come to the show.
Yes.
We went to Oscars when the guys from Dynasty, the stars of Dynasty, did a show there.
And CeCe Peniston, the friend of ours, did a show there.
We went. So you live in Palm Springs too?
I live in LA.
Oh, you should move to Palm Springs.
No, it's too hot. I can't handle
it. It's
that
very hot. It was 116 last night at 7:00 at night.
No. The only people that can survive that are very rich people with like generators in case the AC goes out. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can really handle it.
You could come to our pool at night, get naked, and swim in the pool.
Okay.
How do you feel?
First of all,
wait. Do you have any curiosity about what it would be like to make love to an 84-year-old beautiful man?
How do you know I haven't done that already?
I'm 84.
He said, how do you know he hasn't done it already?
Well, I'm asking. I'm 84.
Well, I don't think I've done it with an 84-year-old, so I guess there's still time.
You know, I'm married to this cheapskate.
Oh, you're married?
Yeah,
yes.
11 years. He doesn't pay me. He doesn't give me a lunch hour, and he's mean to me. So now I'm looking for somebody new.
Is there an age difference between the two of you? What's happening here?
He's a lot older. Year. I'll be 60 this year, and he just turned 84.
Jimmy's a lot older than I am.
Wow.
But I am like older. So hang on, in the chat room, say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody in the chat room.
They're saying you look like they say that you look like a cologne model, an Olympian.
He looks like a.
You have a hot car and a hot. Do you have a hot car because you have a hot voice? And they love you in the chat room, so that's good. And let's tell people a little bit about you guys. So you guys, John Arthur Hill used to co-host. Everybody knows of Andy Cohen Live. Everybody knows the show on Sirius XM Radio.
You work for her?
We're co-hosts in the morning at Sirius XM.
You work with her?
Yeah.
And
Andy Cohen used to be so cute. And then something happened. His hair got gray and he lost his cuteness. I remember him 20 years ago. He was adorable.
He's still right. He was 30. He was 30 something 20 years ago. Now he's 56-year-old man.
Now she's just nothing but an old Jew.
No.
Yeah. I'm Jewish. Yeah. So I'm allowed to say that.
So hold on.
Nobody else can. No one can say anything bad about
you guys. Besides being a co-host of Andy Cohen Live on Sirius XM, he also has his own show called The John Hill Show. So you got rid of the Arthur in that.
Oh, let me hear about your show, Hunky Face.
Yeah, it's just we decided to do easier, John Hill. My show is just every Tuesday. I'm live on the radio at Sirius at 8 a.m. Pacific. We joke around. We take live calls. We do basically what you're doing right now. We mess with people.
Do you curse on your show?
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
What is your ethnic background? German, Swedish? What are you?
Yeah, basically that. German, and I guess it's German and Scottish.
How have you been able to deal with the curse of your gorgeousness? With the curse,
Well,
beautiful people have a lot of problems.
Oh, I definitely have problems. I don't know if it's because I was ever cute, but I definitely have problems.
So handsome, nobody really likes you for you.
And you know what? People don't think that cute people ever need compliments or positive reinforcement because they assume they'll get a big head and that they're getting tons of compliments all day. So you end up getting no positive feedback. Everyone's just kind of a bitch.
When I was young, I looked like Tony Curtis. Believe it or not, I did. And I used to get hit on all the time. And a guy would come over, buy me a drink or whatever in a gay bar. And in 2 minutes, like, why don't we go to my place? I said, what am I going to go to your place for? He said, well, you're going to have a good time. I said, what guarantee? Get lost. So so you have to have the same thing. The queens have to be hanging from your muscles. I mean,
no, you'd be surprised. I can't get arrested. No, I don't know what's going on.
My very dear friend Daniel DeCrisio. Do you know Daniel DeCrisio? The guy with the long white hair that hangs on one side. The model,
No.
Gorgeous, body of death, personality perfect. Can't get a guy, and he's gay. Cannot get a guy. They only want to go to bed with him. Nobody has interest in him. We did a show about this with a beautiful woman, and she said the same thing, that short, fat, ugly women get picked up quicker than tall, thin, beautiful women.
I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
So nobody wants to get in your head. They just want to get in your pants.
Right, but at this point, I'd be happy with someone trying to get in my pants, too. I'm just not really... Yeah,
You're not going out, then. You're just not going out because, I could see people following you down the street.
Listen, when you're at Oscars, after your show, we'll go on Uranus to a gay bar, and I'll bet you $20 in 3 minutes there'll be 5 queens laying on the floor needing oxygen. And the paramedics will be there because those fairies, when they see you, they get heart attacks. They will say, oh my God, I'm dying. Look.
You're on. It's a deal.
So you do a lot of really cool things.
Well, wait a minute. Have you got a partner?
No, single.
Get out of here. I should fix you up with Danny. He's gorgeous.
You said the personality is great. I have a low tolerance for a bad personality, so he has to be very cool.
No, Danny has a wonderful personality. He's Italian. He's kind. He was Farrah Fawcett's hairstylist, everybody's hairstylist. He worked for Jose. He works in Beverly Hills. He has a lot of money. He drives a magnificent car. He's no schlepper, and he's young, handsome, and fabulous.
He's not that young, though.
Well, he's young. To me, everybody's young.
I'm sold.
Was young compared. I'm going to fix you up with Danny.
You can find him. He's
really a sweetheart of a
He's on TikTok, you guys. Which you guys you can follow because everybody in the chat was talking about your Instagram. You guys, you can follow John Arthur Hill on Instagram to follow him. So I want to talk a little bit because you do a lot of different things. Besides being gorgeous, you do a lot of different things. You were on Broadway. You were in Boys.
Wait. What were you in Broadway? What were you doing?
I was in the original Broadway cast of Hairspray. And that was a big one. I was in a show called The Boy from Oz with Hugh Jackman.
Okay. You played a role, and then you were also his understudy. Wait.
Shut the fuck up and let him talk.
No, you were also the understudy, but then you also played a role.
Right. I played Mark Herron, who was Judy Garland's, one of her husbands.
Now, you have a great speaking voice. Can you sing?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
because your speaking voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
The singing voice must be beautiful.
Singing was my first love. That's what I do in my show too. I do all original
I can't
songs.
sleep at night, and I call you. Would you come over and sing to me while I fall asleep?
How much money you got?
He doesn't have enough.
Wait. I'm not to pay for you.
No, wait a
I
second.
would.
Wait. You did a song. We're going to play this video for everybody. I couldn't download it off of YouTube, but the engineer says he can play it right off of YouTube.
Oh, shit.
And I think it's how we actually met. Eileen Shapiro interviewed you, and you were talking about your song, Gemma, Pretty Much I.
Which is pretty filthy.
I know it's filthy. I think people are going to love it.
What's filthy?
The song that he did.
No, that's why Eileen loved it.
I hope it makes sense.
It is so funny. It's not even. It's really, really funny. And yes, you can sing other things, but I thought this is the one YouTube won't even let me download. Wait.
Before you even do that, exactly what is it you do with Andy?
We co-host a morning show on the radio.
Like you and I co-host, he's co-hosting on the show.
You're not on Andy's TV show with all those broads he has on. He always has the housewives on.
No, just the radio show.
Just the radio show.
Yeah.
Actually, we battle on.
Wait, let's plug the radio show. What time and what channel or what network?
He and I are live every morning at 7 a.m. Pacific on Sirius XM channel 102, Radio Andy, his channel. Andy Cohen live.
Go slow because a lot of the old fairies are watching now and they want to hear you. So go slow for the old queens.
So Sirius XM channel 1, Sirius XM channel 102. The show is just Andy Cohen live, so it's easy to find. And then
I'd like to hear that. Can I get you a YouTube or anything?
No, it's on in our car.
What?
Sirius XM is the radio in our car.
I'm not getting up 8 o'clock.
7.
I'm not getting up at 7. Sit in the car.
There's a podcast.
There's a podcast, and they re-air us as well. You can listen in your car. Just check and see if it's on. But you can get a podcast, I think, on Spotify and stuff. They put together little clips from the week.
Yeah, in the rankings, we battled with you guys a lot in the podcast.
I can rerun.
Yes,
you
can listen to the podcast.
I'll listen to it in rerun. Good.
There you go.
I'm interesting.
So wait, I
want to hear what he does with Andy, because Andy's a different personality than this guy. So that's good. You need two different personalities.
Yeah.
I have a personality, Jimmy doesn't, so it works.
Yeah. It works perfect. So anyway,
I make out with my dog a lot.
I can see that. Who is that?
That's Astro.
Astro.
Oh.
Bestiality. I'm not Astro. I can't.
We have 2 rescue dogs, so that's one of them.
He's madly in love with me, my little boy.
So wait a second. So you appeared on Broadway. You did this song. So why did you do this song that we're going to play for everybody? And if I figured it was a good one because YouTube wouldn't even let me download it. It's so filthy. So I thought it would be hilarious.
How filthy can it be?
It's filthy. It's great.
It only has one bad word in it. It's just repeated a lot. It's this.
What's the bad word?
You'll hear it in the song.
No, let him tell me now.
No, you'll hear it in the song. Don't tell him.
No, tell it. No, you know why? We have to warn. We have some church people.
No, we don't have church people.
Yeah, we have some.
Anyway, we're going to play it.
We have to warn people.
No, we don't.
Not to get it.
They're not going to get offended. It's a fun
Jimmy,
show.
shut the fuck up.
I know the audience.
I'm going to punch the shit out of you.
Anyway, no, tell us.
So I was inspired. Listen, this might not make a lot of sense to everyone, but I'll make it simple. There's a woman named Tiffany Pollard. She goes by the name I Love New York. She's famous from Flavor of Love and the show I Love New York. She's an icon. She's really funny. She was on Big Brother at one point, and she has this very famous viral clip of her reading this other bitch for filth. And it's just something that a lot of gays quote all the time. I was writing a song. I needed lyrics, and I just put this quote in. This is just her words verbatim, Tiffany Pollard.
Now, is this a rap song or is it just?
No, it's like a Christian. It's like a Christian praise, Christian rock song sounding kind of song.
All right, so Wine, hopefully you have it ready because you know we're talking about it. Go ahead and introduce it for us, and then hang on. We're just going to play it, and we'll be right back. And hopefully we don't get shut down.
Right, we get shut down all the time.
Go for it. Introduce it for us, John.
Me? Oh, yeah. This is the song Gemma, parenthetical, Pretty Much I. You can get this on Spotify. I sing it live in my live shows. if the words may not make sense to you, but this is just the exact verbatim text transcript of what Tiffany said on Big Brother, Gemma, pretty much I.
There you go.
What would you want to say to Gemma?
Pretty much, I will let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt, and the shoes that she gave me were not something that I would particularly buy for myself.
Pretty much I would let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt. And the shoes that she gave me were not something I would particularly buy for myself. They were old maiden type of shoes, and she said those shoes were meant to be worn by a beautiful woman. And if that was the case, she should have put them back on the rack, and she should never have even purchased them, because she was unqualified to own those shoes. If that's the case, if that's the case. And I think that Gemma's a disgrace. She's a disgrace to every woman who is actually beautiful, and she does not have the vernacular that she thinks she possesses. Pretty much I would let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt. And the shoes that she gave me were not something I would particularly buy for myself. Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing, no, she's nothing of the sort. Pretty much I would let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt, and the shoes she gave me were not something I would particularly buy for myself. Pretty much I would let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt.
Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
Sense at some point. Now I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Sweet. There you go. Now we can hear you. There we go.
You know, people get upset about vulgar words, all right? We know what fuck means, fornication, blah, blah, blah. Well, the word C-U-N-T, or see you next Tuesday, comes from concave. A woman is a concave. And that's where the word C-U-N-T came from, concave.
And Eileen has glasses that are rhinestone that say that on them.
Say that. Jimmy and I were just in New York last week, 2 weeks ago, and we went to a club with Eileen, and Eileen blew the club away when she put on her sunglasses that said C-U-N-T.
All in rhinestones.
And we photographed it, and it was all over Facebook. So
concave?
No, hers just said cunt.
What does concave mean?
Concave? Okay, a concave is if you're building something and you want to do a concave. A concave is like a cul-de-sac. It's like a curve. It would be the curve of a woman's vagina and legs. Or a man for that matter. A man, his penis and testicles could be in a concave also. But that's the meaning. So you see, all these bad words came from something. And the religious people made them bad because concave said something about a woman's box, you know? Anyway, that word has become desensitized. Everybody in Palm Springs uses that word.
I
mean,
use that word. Yeah, it's hard.
I hear queens greeting each other. Oh, you fucking cunt, how are you? I mean, it's terrible how people have become vulgar. I never use the words.
Oh, yeah, he never uses
I
those
never
words.
use any dirty words.
Yeah, right, never.
Never. Ever.
Yeah. I can tell. You have a really pretty mouth.
Astro, shut the fuck up.
Somebody just walked in the house.
My daughter. So anyway, yeah, so that song has got to be, I don't know what, but it's going to sure work in the clubs because it's got a good, it's easy
People
to dance.
like it.
It's fun, and I could see all the queens when that word is used, them singing it out.
Well, I wrote down online that you do your own original stand-up comedy musical and that you've sold out multiple shows in LA, Chicago, Provincetown, New Orleans, Vegas, all over the place. So you're all over the place. So you sing and do comedy at the same time in your show.
Yeah, and I do songs. I do that song. I have a bunch of original songs. They're all, if I say so myself, very funny. So it's like a mix, stand-up and original songs. Yeah.
And can people buy your original songs like on iTunes and Apple Music and things like that?
Please buy them. But I mean, I think you can stream them for free. But yeah, buy them, please.
I'm like one of those weird people, though. I stream a lot of stuff, but then if I find something I like a lot, I actually have like a playlist I listen to all the time. That and put it into it.
Oh my God, please. That would make me so happy. Go to just follow my Spotify artist page. It's just John Hill. You can just search that. There's another producer named John Hill, but just put John Hill and then you'll end up finding me. Hopefully.
There you go.
I did stand up for 64 years.
And you're still doing it, it looks like.
I still do it. Yeah, but, I impersonated Jane Russell, the movie star, for years.
Oh, I see the resemblance.
Yeah. I mean, we knew each other personally. We were best friends, and people thought I was her son because we looked alike. But
oh, wait a second, Ron, do you have to put one of those pictures up so John can see it?
The dirtiest joke that I did in the show back then, which shocked people. I did straight places, all the supper clubs, nightclubs, straight audiences. They're easy to shock. Gay people, you can't shock it, no matter what you do. And this is the joke. I'm Jane Russell, a woman. I will admit my breasts have sagged. This morning while I was shaving my ankle, I cut my nipple. Well, the audience went, ooh, like it was filthy dirty. And, it was terrible. Today, they'd kick me off the fucking stage and beat me with a chair if I did that. It doesn't.
That's a great joke. That's so funny.
No, it's not. It doesn't. It's not funny because it's not offensive. But back in 1961 and 62, it was very offensive.
I think it's funny.
Well, you never said the C-U-N-T word because people would get up and walk out of the nightclub. They would think you're disgusting, vulgar. So you see how we've really grown in all the years. So everything that was shocking then, today is passé. It's just boring.
True.
And I like today because today is free.
Yeah.
Back then, I could have done a joke like his. I would have made that joke funnier if I said, I will admit my breasts have sagged. This morning while I was shaving my ankle, I cut my fucking nipple. And that would have
Oh my God, there you are.
My name was Jane Russell.
Oh, damn. Wow.
That was me years ago.
Smoke show. Looking good.
Yes.
Wow.
So, I couldn't get away with what they get away with today. And it was very difficult to be funny without being risque.
Well, why don't you get back out there now and do whatever you want?
Because I would look like an old Jew going to a bar mitzvah or a wedding.
Maybe that's your gimmick. There's a dime a dozen young queens.
Or an old Italian going to a mafia wedding. I look like either one in drag.
Do it. Make it your bit.
He's acting in films, so
I've been acting for years now in movies. So
all right,
I put my wig away.
So wait a second, I want to go back to you though.
But I will tell you one thing: for those of you out there who want to see me in drag as Jane Russell at 84, in October you must come to Madame Tussauds rooftop party,
Halloween Hotness,
Hollywood Hotness. And all that money goes to St. Jude Hospital for the children. And if you come, you will meet me and see me as Jane Russell in drag at 84. God only knows what I'm going to
In
look
flats.
Whoa.
like. Talk about sagging tits. I'm going to trip on them. They're going to be sagging.
It's a really
You're
fun.
gonna be
We go.
you're gonna be on a roof
Huh?
Well, it's on the roof of Madame Tussauds. They have the big entertainment
You
space.
should come.
in LA.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? It's the big event of the year. And you get
Wow.
to see all the wax figures for free. It's all included in the ticket.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank God.
No, really.
Maybe you'll have one.
And you
soon.
gotta-
Andy's probably got one.
You got to see the people that we have attending it.
It's a lot
We
of fun.
always have a guest star. I'm going to contact Marlo Thomas because I have a friend that knows her well and see if Marlo will come this year for the.
Great. Are you going to be singing or performing, or are you just going to be being a slut?
No. We just go as like the rest of the kids. Isn't
About
that
half
fun?
the people that go there are from like movies and television shows.
Well,
and stuff.
every year we had a theme. Last year was Western. This year is come as your favorite Hollywood actor or actress. That's why I'm going.
Nice.
It's actually the golden age of Hollywood.
Golden Age of Hollywood. You have to come. I'm serious.
I would love to come.
You have a ball. It's packed with like 1,000 people. Everybody's on the rooftop drinking, dancing, carrying on like crazy bastards. We have a ball.
Getty is there. We have a good time.
We have a
What-
ball.
They have performances. It's Halloween-hotness.com, I think, but I'll find out because I'm going to.
Yeah, let's keep in touch about it.
You come with Andy Cohen, you'll get free tickets. They'll comp you. No, seriously.
He lives in New York.
Oh, she has a plane. Doesn't she know how to fly?
He doesn't have a plane. No.
So wait, I want to go back because you do so many different things. I want to make sure everybody knows all the cool things you do because I
Yeah.
also wrote down that you produce unscripted television. Project Runway. I used to be a clothing designer. That was like my favorite show back in the day. You know, I haven't seen it in forever, but like the first 10 seasons I watched all the time. It says that you produced Top Chef, What Happens Live. That makes sense. Watch What Happens Live. So how do you like producing television and how do you like working behind the scenes instead of being the center of attention?
Well, I used to do that, and then I stopped because I did hate it. So
Okay.
What's your wife?
I did. Yeah. Well, it wasn't my best use of my skills. You know, I'm better if I'm making jokes, performing songs, being funny, entertaining, improvising, messing around. I'm not a great okay, here's your call sheet for I'm just not I'm not a good production person. I was trying to do like a serious job or, but it just didn't, my personality didn't take to it. So, but I did a ton of shows.
I totally, completely understand that. Why? When I went on stage, I had a clothesline, I'd call it. I'd follow it, but I'd go off it and I'd improv. The improvisation was the funny shit. Then you go to a movie and it's a script and you're boxed, you're bottled into those words. And I found that very difficult because I thought I could do something with that script better than what the writer did, and I'd get fired or in trouble because you're not allowed to do that.
Have you done movies? Have you acted in any movies? I didn't look.
I have acted in some movies. It hasn't been for a while. I still, some of my residual checks that I get from movies I did in the 2000s are still pretty good.
What movies did you do in the 2000s?
I mean, blink and you'll miss me. I was in a movie called The Good Shepherd with Angelina Jolie and Matt Damon.
That's a good movie.
They re-air that one all the time. I was a singer in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I was a singer on the Hairspray movie. What else? I've been around a long
Good
time.
movies though. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a great movie.
That's a big one. They're playing. Yeah.
Working with Angelina Jolie, she grew up in my house. My daughter Deirdre and Angie went to school together, El Rodeo.
Wow.
And Angie, I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for her when she was little. And I once said to her, "You want to be like your old man when you grow up?" She said, "I don't know." Well, she sure did. Her father was strange. John Voight was not the friendliest of all.
Yeah.
He's not a friendly guy, but I love Angie to death. And when people say she's all fake, I say you're full of shit. Her tits were before her surgery real. Her lips are real. And that woman is totally real. There's nothing shot up about Angie Voight or Angelina Jolie, as the public knows her. She's a delightful person. As an adult, she cares for people in the world. So I get upset when they say mean things about her. And they write terrible stuff about her. They're jealous.
Yeah.
Outstandingly gorgeous. Don't you agree?
Gorgeous. Yeah. And
gorgeous.
So, yeah, she's gorgeous. That's just Hollywood, though. It comes with the territory. It doesn't matter who you are. People are going to tear you down. So I'm sure she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, they're going to describe you. Tall, skinny, sunken, ugly, bald with cross eyes.
Yeah, people are mean.
And a very small dick. So, very small, 2 inches.
Micro cock.
Micro cock. So what's your favorite?
Right.
What's your favorite out of all the things you do? Like, what do you enjoy doing the most? Or if you could carve out, like, the one thing you haven't been able to do that you haven't done yet, what is it that you would like to do?
A love scene with me in a movie.
A love scene with you in a movie. A sex scene.
Baby. You got it, baby.
And not fake. We would have to really do it. A porn with you.
No, I can't do. Then that would be cheating on Jimmy, and I don't cheat.
Oh, well, he can join. He can hold the camera. Honestly, I'm doing what I do. I'm doing my dream. Doing my show, performing live in my solo show is the dream. That's it.
Well,
so how often do you do it?
Hold it. Oscars. Give me the date again, slowly.
September 20th.
September 20th.
Yes.
Comp, Jimmy, and I will be there, and we'll do all your publicity. No,
okay.
Oscar's show is expensive.
So wait,
they are, yeah.
What are you doing there? So what you're going to be? You tell jokes. You sing only your own songs.
I might throw a cover in there, but I really am proud of my original songs, and they're very satisfying. I know people want to hear like a cunty cabaret, covers, but somebody else can come do that. I think it's harder to write original songs that captivate an audience, and so I'm trying to just focus on that. But I'll throw a couple in there for you. I play the piano.
I like the idea that you do original because, we all know Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
We don't need another Frank Sinatra.
I love writing music. I love writing songs. I love performing for myself. My dream was to always play piano and sing for myself, so I get to do that. That's what I love to do.
So you play the piano?
Yeah.
Oh, that I like. Myself. There you go. Okay. And you write all your own songs, so I think it's perfect. So do you know that, so I just read an article that was done with Adam Lambert because I'm helping publish it, and he did a new EP called, I forgot what it's called, but basically it's like kind of like a tribute, a dance album of tribute to like gay life, but not really gay life, but sex. And so one of the songs is Cunty. I think it's called Cunty is one of the songs on it. And
we have the guy that came on our show that has the Fuck You song. That one was really filthy, and we got bounced off the air because of it. Oh yeah, they cut us right out.
We have all kinds of problems.
I mean, I forgot, who was it? The guy, Fuck You was, what was it? Oh, I don't remember what it was that he sang, but it was hysterically funny. And they, right in the middle of that song, they shut up.
It doesn't have to do with the fact of what it says. So you're on Sirius XM, so you don't have these problems. But when we play, like we had John B on our show, and we played his video, and then they shut us down because he doesn't own the rights to his songs. Whoever he distributed with them owns the rights, so we have a problem. I didn't know if we would have a problem with you.
That's because we go through Florida through our.
No, it's not. It's just because we're on YouTube.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm going there. We go through what the hell is our call letter?
W4CY.
We go through W4CY, and we're okay. But the minute we hit YouTube,
it doesn't show. It only shuts down YouTube. It doesn't show it all the other platforms. Just shuts down on YouTube.
Right. Well, when I upload original songs to YouTube, or maybe I don't know if I'm remembering it right, but I think they have a little AI or algorithm in there that is always detecting if anything is copyrighted or from someone else, and they'll just strip it.
Yes.
Yeah. I am such a fighter of freedom of speech. I really believe that we have the right to say whatever we like. If you don't like it, change the channel.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have to sit there and go, oh, I hate the language he's using. Fuck you. Get up and get out.
Actually, B. Claudia from Germany said the Adam Lambert thing is called Afters, and it's to bring light to after parties. And so it's called After.
Okay.
Listen, in real life, I've been in the business now 65 years. I have met legends, Sophia Loren, Tab Hunter, Rock Hudson.
He's not even old enough to know
George
those people.
Nader. All legends. And every one of them cursed. Debbie Reynolds had the filthiest mouth of every one.
Of course.
Every other word was fuck. So did Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers was filthy.
Of course.
This bullshit about language being offensive, no longer. It's not.
Yeah, I grew up in the house. We weren't allowed to cuss at home. And now that I'm older, I think it's also the spirit behind it. If you're a mean person, you're cussing, it's very offensive. But if you're a sweet person just being funny, cuss all you want.
That's what I think. I agree with that.
A curse
100%.
word doesn't bother me. But if you say drop dead, that's not nice.
Right, exactly.
Nice. But yet people say drop dead and nobody's offended. You're not offended by drop dead. But if I say fuck you, whoo, how dare you say fuck me?
So wait, where are you from?
I'm originally from Texas and then came here for college in LA, back and forth to New York a lot for like 20 years. But Texas originally.
You have a residency or so at the Green Room, right? The Green Room's in New York, isn't it?
Yeah, Green Room 42 in New York. But the next show in New York is going to be at the City Winery. If you're in New York, come to the City Winery.
Oh, that's cool.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
I can hear it. Do you know Barbara Streisand?
Did I know Bob? No, but I know her sister.
Okay.
I do, seriously. I do.
We had her on the show a couple weeks ago. Rosalind Kai.
Yeah, I refuse to lose my accent because they hire me to play a New York gangster or it's very, very good. Nobody else has this accent because they're all dead. This is a real old Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
Wait, tell us, when is your show at City Winery? Because our demographics say that a lot of our listeners are New York and New Jersey.
October 6th.
Okay, October 6th at City Winery in the city?
Yep.
All right. What's the name of the show?
Wellness Check.
Wellness Check. Okay, Wellness Check.
You're going to be in Palm Springs again?
September 20th.
All you queens, get your mascara ready, girls.
Yeah, bitch, pack that house. I need to sell that place out. We're going to have a good time. And I also improvise a lot with the audience. Sometimes, like you were saying, I go out there with my show and I'm doing my stuff, but a lot of times the best stuff happens in the moment, and I work with the audience.
It's an easy house to load. Cece Pennington, when she did Finally, the place went insane. Everybody, there was hundreds of people that was crashing to go to Oscars for Cece.
Yeah.
And when
I love her.
I love her to death. She's a darling friend of ours, a very close friend of ours. And I was so proud and happy for her. And I told her, I said, honey, you wrecked the fucking house. You tore the roof off. So I know that you can do it.
Thank you.
So wait a second. So your show, I wrote down.
We're going to push it.
Wellness Check. I heard Wellness Check is directed by Marissa Jure Winokur. She's from Hair. She was the star of Hairspray, right?
Yeah, she won a Tony.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you miss Broadway? That you're not really doing Broadway, even though you're doing shows. It's not Broadway, or it just as long as you're okay.
Well, both. I miss it, and it is. I get my fix performing. I mean, I'm doing so many shows. I'm on tour like all fall, so it's not that I miss performing because I'm doing that, but I do miss the community of Broadway. It was really nothing like it.
Oh, that's just cool. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite Broadway show?
It's lame, but it would be Hairspray. We had the best time in that show because it was also the original Broadway cast. So when I got cast, the show didn't exist yet. They were building it. They were writing it. So we were out of town in Seattle, came to Broadway, and to be a part of a show that was a hit where we were like, we think this is good. And then audiences came, it was a hit. That was a rare experience because a lot of those shows that you do end up being just okay.
When I interviewed John Waters, okay?
He's the greatest.
Yeah, John. And he remembered me. Would you believe this?
I do remember that.
No, wait. From 1961, when I had black hair, I was a young kid.
That's him.
There was a gay bar called The Fawn, and he was there with Divine. Divine was at a drag, of course, and a couple of other people from his troupe. And I did the cha-cha with him. I taught him how to do a cha-cha.
Wow.
He remembered me in the interview. He said, I remember the face. Darkness. He said, darkness. I said, yeah, I was dark. Anyway, he said to me that he never dreamed in a million years that Hairspray would become what it became. And it is definitely legendary.
Yeah.
I love it. So,
I mean, really, I loved it. I loved when Travolta did it, and I loved when the other girl did it. I've seen every.
did you were in the movie too, though? You sang something in the movie you said earlier.
I'm a singer on the soundtrack.
Oh, okay. You're a singer.
I still get a SAG day rate residual, but yeah.
Did you like the movie compared to the Broadway show? Even though you weren't, did you like the way
I
the
love
movie was done?
the Broadway show. Was beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's a very fun show.
Yeah,
it's up. It's fun. It's campy.
Did you like Rent? I like Rent.
I love Rent. Yeah, I
think
did.
I
used to see it. I would go to Student Rush and watch it all the time. I went to. Yeah, I love Rent. Come on.
My favorite musical, Angela Lansbury, Mame. Oh
I've
my
never
God.
seen Mame.
Oh, you had to see it with Angela Lansbury. She was beyond fabulous. Beyond. And it was wonderful. It was the best Broadway show I've ever seen.
Oh, wait, I wrote another thing down there that you were into something called Bear, a pop opera. Like, what was that, like a naked show?
No, it was very. It was a big show. People really were affected by that show. It was about two teen gay boys at a Catholic boarding school. It was a very ambitious show. It was very dramatic. It was not a comedy. And I still get letters from people today saying how touched they were by that show. It was very dramatic. It was very over the top and intense. And it was off Broadway, but it really, really struck a chord, and a lot of people were affected by it. It's a cult hit.
When I lived in New York, I went to a lot of off-Broadway. My friend Barbara Rosenblatt, who was in Secret Garden, she played the nanny, I guess, or the housekeeper. I used to go with her all the time. And my favorite place was a tenement building. And you go up the stairs and you sit on a sofa, a broken down sofa. And there it was, the most wonderful play in the world with the best actors.
Yeah.
And guess who they were? You want a name drop? Marlon Brando, Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward. These are the people from when I was a kid that was starting off in the business, and look where they are now, where they became. So off-Broadway really is a learning place.
Yeah.
To become a star. Ethel Merman, I loved her when I saw her in Gypsy. Oh my God, was that the most thrilling show you've ever seen?
You're so lucky that you got to see that. These are the classics. These are the legends.
I went back to Mary Martin and Peter Pan. How do you like them numbers?
Wow.
So really back.
So wait a second.
Or Streetcar Named Desire with Brando and Lee.
So with you, and I usually ask this question with actors and stuff, but you're more of a musician. So let's say, you're going on tour, and you can go on tour with anybody living or dead to perform like the types of shows that you do. Who would you have liked to have been able to have an opportunity to go? I already know you know everybody, but who would you have been, like to go on tour with and do shows with?
It would be Joan, I think. Okay. Did you say living or dead?
Living or dead.
And who did you say?
I said Joan Rivers, but I think honestly, yeah, I think it would be Sandra Bernhard though. She's a friend of mine, and she's like my hero.
I love Joan.
Yeah, I love Joan too.
Actually, Sandra's great too.
She used to work in L.A. in the comedy club. On Thursdays, she'd invite her friends, and she'd read all her jokes, and we would write the ones we liked and didn't.
Mm-hmm.
When it was over, I was sitting next to Debbie, and Debbie and I couldn't talk because Joan was on. So when Joan was off, Debbie Reynolds said to me, "Come sit in my car. I have to talk to you." So I sat in the car in the back limo next to Debbie, and guess who sits in the car? Joan Rivers. I am between Joan Rivers and Debbie Reynolds. If I could have recorded that show, it would have won every award there is. These two broads were talking about somebody, and I was going to pee myself. I had, when you laugh and you have pains in your stomach, I had to get out. And Debbie said, "Where are you going? I want to talk to you about Jane's, benefit." I said, "I'll call you tomorrow." I couldn't breathe. It was, they didn't stop. Talk about queens dishing. You had to hear these two dishing each other. Funny.
I hope you're writing all this down for a book.
Who?
You.
You know what?
Everybody keeps telling me.
They all want me to write a book, and I don't know. You know.
Have you written a book?
No, but I do think I'll put some of my stuff together in a proposal and get it out there at some point.
I think it's true. I think it would be cool.
I said in New York when I was there, one of my friends said, Ron, you've got to write a book. And another friend was seated there. And I said, nobody's going to believe it. And my other friend looked at me. She said, you're right. Nobody will believe your book. But she was with me. She said, but I've traveled. I know it's 64 years. She said, I've traveled with you from the beginning till now. And I know that everything you would write is true. But it would be so outlandish. They'd say, oh, he's so fucking full of shit.
Well, I would read it.
There you go.
Well, you know, it would be interesting because, anyway.
So, you guys, this is John Arthur Hill. You can listen to him Monday through Friday on Andy Cohen Live at 7 a.m. Pacific time on Sirius XM Channel 102. On Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on the same channel, or what channel are you on? Same channel, 102, The John Hill Show, 10 a.m. Tuesdays, also on channel 102 on Sirius XM Live. You want to see his shows? He's going to be in Palm Springs with his show, which is called Wellness Check on September 20th, 24. He's going to be at City Winery in New York on October 6th.
Wait a minute. We have to do that again. You're going to be in Palm Springs. Write this down out there.
September 20th.
All you old queens, write it down because you never remember it.
Yeah, but it's big people.
September 20th. And Philly.
Oscars.
Yep. And Philly, September 8th.
How much is a ticket?
Very affordable. Don't worry about it. Just buy a bunch. Just buy them.
Where do they go?
Really
No, hang on. I have to know this. Are you a supper show or drink show? Because, you know, they do a supper show. They do a supper show out in the patio.
It is outside.
Okay, so it's probably a supper show like the...
No, last time we went, there was food. You could order hamburgers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a dinner show.
Yeah.
So where do we go to get tickets? At Oscars? Get them at the Oscars website?
Yeah, get them at Oscars. Or you can go... I have a link tree in my bio on my Instagram, John Arthur Hill. All the tickets are there. Or my website, johnhill.online.
Oh, I didn't know that you had a website. Everybody check out his website, johnhill.online. His Instagram is John Arthur Hill, and he's got a TikTok too, which is, I think it's just John Hill, is it? Do you know?
I think it's John Hill, or something like that.
Okay, so follow him on Instagram, you guys. I think he likes that one the best.
Yeah, TikTok is, I can't with it. I'm so happy to meet you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, I wish you all the best of luck in everything you know what I like.
What I like most about you is you're a sport. You know how to play. You know how to. I joke. You know how to laugh and come back. And that's because
it's great being on the radio every morning. Yeah,
I appreciate you making our show so good. You were very good.
Thank you.
You were funny. And you fed lines back. You're very good. You're good. Don't get offended, but you're a good straight man. You're a comedian. You know.
I'll take it.
Right.
Hey, thank you so much. Good luck with everything.
You see Andy Cohen, tell him it's impossible dating him. I'm married.
Okay, I'll tell him.
But you
and me, we're still a chance.
To leave me alone with the flowers and the candy and everything he sends me, begging me to go out with him. I really have no time. I'm with Jimmy. So
okay,
right.
Okay,
hey,
but
John,
I'll see you in Palm Springs, though.
You bet your buns you will, baby.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. Have a great show. Congratulations on all your success.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye,
guys.
Hey,
bye, babe. What a nice fella.
Absolutely.
That's a nice. See, gay people are nice.
Oh no, absolutely.
I wish I was gay.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys, I want to take a little quick music break. Our next guest that's coming on, his name is Dave Aude, and I did 2 different songs of his, so I thought we would play the Dave Aude, Jeffrey James collaboration. It's called Breakout, just to get an idea of what he does. And So one, let's go ahead and put that one together. It says Dave Aude, Jeffrey James. The name of the song is Breakout. This is the ones that he did, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.
We've been drowning slow underneath the waves of the sticks and stones and the words they say, waiting for our time, for a brand new day when the moment's right. We're gonna stand up, well, time is right now, nothing can stop us, we're gonna break out, we're gonna stand up, the time is right now, nothing can stop us, we're gonna break out. We're gonna break out. We're gonna break out.
Yo, everybody. So that was Dave Aude with Jeffrey James. The name of the song was Breakout. He should be coming any minute. I think I was checking my email.
Lunch.
Ron just finished his lunch.
See that?
And the chat room, lots of people have joined us, so we want to say hi. Jeff Caperton's in the chat room. And I don't know who else joined us, but I thought I saw some others. And Stefan has joined us. At least he's listening. So, hey, Stefan.
Stefan, how's Tina?
And hello, Tina. I don't know if she's listening or not, but he is.
My Tina. I love
sent me
Tina.
a text saying that he liked the
Tina's one of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met in my life. Stefan, you're so lucky. She's just lovely.
Absolutely. So then...
we should see them. How come, Stefan, how come we never see you and Tina? You don't like us or what?
I don't know. You want to invite them someplace? We
never see them. Never. When was the last time we saw them?
When we had that house and we had that party at the house.
We had a party at our house the last time I saw you.
That was the last party we had too, I think. I don't think we've had anybody since then.
Right.
It's all good. Your hair got wild.
My hair got wild?
Yeah.
Wild again, beguiled again, a whimpering, simpering child again, bewitched bothered and bewildered am I.
Actually, I love that song.
Lost my head, so what of it? Ooh,
Okay.
I'm to blame. I don't know the lyrics. Da-da-da.
Anyway, I'm going to check my email real quick. Hang on. Let me check the email real quick.
Don't check email while we're on the air.
I'm checking email to make sure I didn't get any messages from our guest.
Oh, he probably saw the show before and said, I'm not going to go on that dirty show.
It's not dirty.
With that filthy Jimmy Star, he's so vulgar and terrible. How Ron Russell puts up with it, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Ron Russell is an angel.
That's just funny.
Right?
I don't know about being an angel, but you're terrific.
There's a wonderful song, You're too wonderful for words. And I changed the lyric. I'm too.
This episode of the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/Jimmy and get on your way to being your best self. Do you tend to compare your life to others? Does social media or the glamorous life of celebrities play a role in that? What do you do when you get caught up wishing your life looked like someone else's? Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on their social media profiles like Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. Therapy has helped me tremendously in my earlier days. It was helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It is not just for people who have experienced major trauma and things like that. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Jimmy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Jimmy.
Too wonderful for words. I'm fabulous. I'm wonderful. And darling, whatever the lyric is. I love all those songs. I used to do them. I used to sing, once, not before I became old.
What actually happened to the dog?
I don't know. He's probably with Leslie. When you get old, you lose your voice. Barbra Streisand, she can't hit the notes anymore. Neither can Johnny Mathis. It's terrible. We get old, and I don't know what happens. The vocal cords get loose, I was told, and they flounder, and that's why you sound gravelly.
Okay.
But I used to have a very whispery, husky, beautiful voice when I was young.
All right, so now I see that our guest has joined us. So, Juan, let's bring in Dave. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Are you ready, Dave?
No, I don't think so. What am I ready for here?
So first of all,
crazy time. Wait, do you agree that as you get older, your voice changes?
Absolutely. But, did Tony Bennett's, vocal change a lot? He seemed like he kind of kept it for a long time because I think he never stopped singing.
Well, Tony never sang. He hummed. He hummed his voice. The thing is, like Barbra Streisand, she uses her vocals and ruins them because she has to work them. Johnny Mathis still sings well because he doesn't use his voice either. Now, when you work...
Wait. We had to introduce him. Nobody knows who he is yet. I mean, they do.
He's just jumping in. He's jumping into it.
So it's Aude, right?
It is Aude, yes.
I thought so. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, legendary music producer, DJ, 3-time Grammy nominee, 1-time Grammy winner, Dave Aude. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
See, wasn't that a nice build-up? Now, this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I like all the Grammys. That's nice.
That's a Grammy here. That's a Grammy here, and that's a Telly for a song I did with Betty White.
Is it true if you win a Grammy, you make more money?
Not true.
Not true. I didn't think so.
So wait, what's a telly with Betty White? What is a telly? I don't even know what a telly is.
Telly's for a video.
Okay.
So it was an award that these guys did. Betty was involved with this reverse mortgage company, and what's the name of the company? I can't remember the name of the company.
I remember the commercial.
Yes, they made commercials. She was like their spokesperson. And so they paid for us to do a video at the LA Zoo because she was a big proponent of the LA Zoo. She gave a lot of money. I think she left probably, if she had any money, I'm sure she did, to the LA Zoo. And we filmed the video there, and the video won some award. It's called a telly.
Oh, that's cool. All right, congratulations, because I didn't know that.
And you produced the video.
I wrote the song and produced the record.
So you got the award.
Yeah, that's why it's so
I got an award. There it is.
He has a dreadful habit of answering for the guests.
I know, but he showed you that it's there.
I wanted to speak with him. I speak with you all fucking day
okay,
long.
well, it doesn't matter.
24/7 we're together.
So first of all, you guys, Dave Aude, you can follow him on Instagram. He's at Dave Aude. His TikTok is Dave Aude. His website is daveaude.com. I want to brag a little bit for you before we start talking so people have an idea. So some of the people, you guys, that Dave has remixed, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, Madonna, U2, Beyonce, Sting, Coldplay, Bastille, Ariana Grande, Zedd, Erasure, Jennifer Lopez, Selena Gomez, Leanne Rimes, The Killer, Celine Dion, Britney Spears, Korn, Donna Summer. I wrote CeCe Peniston, who's a very good friend of ours. Right. Actually, she's been on the show like 50 times. His first Grammy win, you guys, was for the remix of Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk. He has 135 number one Billboard Dance Tracks, which is more number one than any other producer in history. Mm-hmm. And he released a highly anticipated solo album in 2022, but I'm not sure which one it was.
Motions was the name of the album.
Oceans is the name of the album. So you're like King Big Shit, and we have a chat room full of people, so say hi to the chat room.
Now, Dave, with a lineup like that, who was the most difficult to work with?
He's going to tell you.
Well, here's the truth of the matter is I don't always get to work with the artists. I work with the artists probably 10% of the time. Usually it's the labels sending me a song that's getting ready to come out, and they want a remix to promote the song that's getting ready to come out. So I think 10% of the time, but I met Stephanie, Lady Gaga, before she was Lady Gaga. Well, 2 years before she was Lady Gaga, because they worked her first song called Just Dance for 2 years before it finally hit. And then she became the massive artist that she is. And I was fortunate enough to remix her first 8 songs she put out. And she was extremely talented and nice. Most of these artists are nice. Sting, one of the nicest guys ever. When I first met him, though, he was extremely sarcastic. I wasn't ready for it, even though I'm fairly sarcastic. And it kind of upset me a little bit, but I got to know him over the next 10 years and ended up producing an album for him a couple years ago. So, there's look, the artists that have longevity and success, there's a reason. It's not just because they're talented. It's because they're talented and they know how to treat people. You don't have a long career.
What a good point.
Totally, completely. Now, Donna Summers, I had friends that worked with her, and they didn't like her. They said she was homophobic and not very nice.
Yeah. I heard the same thing. I worked with her husband. Her husband hired me, and I can't remember his name right now. But the guy who wrote a lot of her records, Bruce, is a great guy. Bruce wrote a lot of her first records and produced a lot of her first records, and he's an icon. But yeah, I heard the same. I worked on 2 Donna Summer songs, but
and it's funny because it was the gay community that made Donna Summer.
Yeah,
and she didn't like gay people. Isn't that terrible? Well, she was one of the big Christians.
Here's the thing about that. Just because the gay community embraces an art, well, it was a different time. Everything wasn't so immediate back then. So the gay community, I think, fell in love with her music and not her, and expected her to embrace them. And she didn't do that, I think, in the way that she should have. Right. And, today the gay community probably wouldn't support somebody because everything's so immediate and online, and you get to see people and you get to hear what they say immediately, comments, videos, it's like every post is there for everybody to see. So I don't think something like that would happen these days, because it was music and art. Being the artist was a lot more secretive and a lot more behind the scenes back then. And you only saw what the publicist put up for the magazines. And, it's like, so
now you see them everywhere because people are following them around with their camera phones when they go to the bathroom. So
the cell phone it's absolutely the worst thing that's ever been invented for humans is a cell phone. Because
I agree. I have 3 kids, and that's all they do is they're on their phone the entire day.
I love when they're at a dinner table and the children are text messaging each other at a dinner table.
Not
heard of in my life.
It's like smoking. Smoking was big for a long time, and I think the cell phone's going to is having a big life right now, and eventually, I'm hoping, a couple more generations down the line, it's going to be not cool to have your cell phone on all day long, all the time.
No, because there'll be mental telepathy. You won't need a phone by those days. So you'll just sit there talking to each other. Hi, look, Dave, you hear what I said?
They won't even talk. It'll be silence because they won't need to talk.
I mean, we'll really become zombies. So, Jimmy lives with that friggin' phone. We go to bed at night, the phone's in his hand. He goes to sleep with the phone in his hand.
I also earn my living on the phone, doing what I do on the phone.
There's such a thing. There's such a thing as
it's not like I'm playing on it. I'm working on it.
There's such a thing called life. Life. We forget what life is.
Well, one of these days we're really, really rich.
I hate the cell phone. I never answer mine, and people don't like it.
That's the other reason why mine goes off all the time is because everybody calls me to get him. Because he doesn't answer his phone. But wait, I want to ask a question because, we've had lots of DJs on. I don't know that any of them are quite as accomplished as you, but we have some very good friends. Like Tracy Young is
your mind. We've never had anybody.
Wait a second. Please let me finish talking.
Accomplished as him.
I'm very good friend. Well, we've had the artists.
Never anybody with the amount of bullshit that he's got with the Grammys. And look at the names.
You know what? Let me just say something. I like Ron.
No, really, Dave, the names that you gave us are outstanding people. Those are not third-rate performers.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about the performers. I'm talking about the producers and the DJs. So wait a second. Let me finish my thought. Because one of my very good friends that I have known for many, many years before I even knew Ron was Tracy Young. I used to live in Florida, and we would do a lot of events together, and I would go to a lot of her events. And she's, I think she's considered pretty accomplished.
Does this story have a point?
Would you please let me talk? It's not funny.
Tracy is a good friend of mine. She's extremely talented, and she's actually just in the past decade really become more of a producer remixer. Whereas I've been producing records for 30 years, and nothing against Tracy, but comparing people is not really a good thing, but I've done 1,600 records. Tracy's probably done 60, 50, 70. I don't know. I can't give the number for Tracy. Nothing to do with Tracy's talent, but I know Tracy, and I know 100% that I've spent 1,000 times more, by the way, than any other DJ, because I've been in the studio every day since I was 23 years old, and I'm now 54.
You look really young. I would have never touched you for 54.
So you're from the days where they called you a spinner. Remember when they were called a DJ a spinner?
Well, I don't remember anybody calling me a spinner, but you got to remember something. I'm from LA, and terminology and clubs and styles and music was much different in LA than it was on the East Coast, New York, even Chicago. So you have two different worlds.
The DJ was a spinner in New York.
I went to an event with a friend of ours, Ozzy, who used to be like a dance artist, and it was called the Dance Star USA Awards, and it was in South Beach. This is like a long time ago, and we walked around. And so we got to hang out, and that's where I first met Tracy Young, and I met
Who was Tracy Young?
Benny Benassi. You know her.
I love Tracy. Tracy just remixed my new song, my new single. So it's like I do love Tracy. She's a good friend of mine.
No, but I was saying, so my only other DJs that I've kind of met that I've had real conversations with, Paul Oakenfold, Benny Benassi, and Tracy. Yeah. You know, and you're like way on a different like platform, but they were all very cool and talented and a lot of fun. And so when you say she's remixing your song, that's your original music and she's remixing it?
No. I just put out a cover of U2's Pride in the Name of Love for Pride Month.
Okay, Pride Month.
I put it out the last week of May, and I asked 7 singers, 7 friends of mine to be on the song. Andy Bell from Erasure.
Awesome.
Plum, who's an artist here in Nashville, Plum. I asked a guy named Greg Gould, Sarah Potenza from The Voice.
And we've had Greg Gould on our show.
Sarah? Oh, no, Greg.
We had Greg. He's like from Australia or someplace.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Yeah, he was on our show.
And I had Crystal Waters on the song too. So all those people sang a couple words, and I put it out.
Get your feet off there.
We're donating all the money to GLAAD, and I asked Tracy to remix it because she's a friend of mine, and we've never done anything together.
So how was Andy Bell? He's like the coolest thing ever.
That's a great question because growing up in Los Angeles in the 80s, Andy was Erasure was my favorite band of all time.
Oh, wow.
And I saw Erasure at the Palladium in 1986 and was my favorite band. So years later, I got to meet Andy because I was playing a club in Tampa called Honey Pot. And the owner of the club ended up being Andy's current husband. So he introduced me to Andy about 14 years ago. Andy and I became friends, started working on music. And then he went back to Erasure, started doing Erasure stuff, 19 albums. Beginning of last year, Erasure sort of hit pause because the other half of Erasure, Vince Clarke, his wife got cancer, so they kind of stopped touring. And Andy called me and said, let's finish my album.
Oh, wow.
So
awesome.
We literally...
Did you ever work with Johnny Mathis?
What's that?
Did you ever work with Johnny Mathis?
No, never worked with Johnny.
Do you know who Johnny Mathis is?
Johnny used to love wearing turtleneck. He had the big turtleneck in the 80s. He always has a turtleneck on solid gold.
Yeah, that's Ron's favorite artist is Johnny Mathis.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting him about 3 times, being in his company. And the kindest, sweetest, most gentle, wonderful man you ever want to meet. He's just the sweetest.
He's a legend.
Oh, and the best voice. I love him to death. And
Kitten in a tree.
Very friendly and kind to me. We shopped together in the supermarket. He was buying vegetables because he had a stroke and he didn't eat meat or bad food anymore. He was eating health food. And we talked about his relationship with the guy he was with, and the guy left. So Johnny was just real earth, down to a friend, a nice person, and I never really knew him. I was with him. So those are the kind of people I like, when celebrities are willing to be real and honest and not, I'm a celebrity, don't approach me.
That's what I said earlier.
You're a celebrity, and you're nice.
Nah, I mean, I'm a celebrity to people who are into what I do. I mean, but people obviously that aren't into what I do could care less about.
Listen, you said you did 1,600 records.
Yeah,
that makes you a celebrity.
It makes me.
What the fuck more do you want to do? A naked dance? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well,
you dye your beard, right? You dye your beard.
I do. That's some dye, some black dye on there.
No, I love it. I also read online that you, well, first of all, you started your own record label to put out your own stuff. That was genius. Yep. That was super smart. So you have the business. You know, a lot of times people are either creative or business. They can't do both. And so that was a super smart move. But I also read that you were the music director of the Pussycat Dolls Domination Tour, which I actually saw that show.
Pussycat.
I love the Pussycat Dolls. I know there was a lot of controversy around them, but actually as a group, I love them. And we've had we had Jessica Sutter on the show. We've had a couple of them on the show.
We've had the Pussycats,
but never Nicole.
I produced Jessica's first record and her second record and her fourth and fifth. Nicole, I'm the one that found Nicole. Nicole was dating a guy named Nick Hexum in a band called 311. So Nicole Nicole's boyfriend, Nick, called me and said, my girlfriend wants to do dance music. Is that what you do? And I said, yeah. So he sends her over to me. This is about 2003. We worked for a few months. I introduced her to who became her manager, one of my best friends, Jeff Haddad. And he got her an audition for Ron Fair, who's the one that sort of produced and put together Pussycat Dolls with Robin Anton, who was the choreographer. Yes. And the rest is history. So I was there from the beginning. And all the drama was basically Nicole was, could sing and looked beautiful. The other girls were very pretty and could sing, but they could not sing like Nicole. Nicole could sing anything, and it was just incredible. And then she ended up having an affair with the head of the label and got her own record deal, and they started putting Nicole records out rather than Pussycat Doll records out. And so there became a lot of jealousy, and the rest is history. Nicole's still a huge artist, but Nicole, and I love Nicole, but she's never really had a big Nicole record.
Right.
Tell me one Nicole record.
No, I buy all her music because I'm a big fan of hers.
Right. But she hasn't had a huge hit.
The Pussycat Dolls, and they were great we were so I saw them on tour with Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera and Danity Kane. And they were
lineup.
They were phenomenal. It was really a great show. And I watch all the reality shows that she's a judge on just because I like her so much. Because she was on all those singing competitions.
She's got a great career being a judge. She's doing great. Started with X Factor.
Yes.
Simon Cowell loves her. So she started with that, and now she's on what's the show with the Masked Singer?
Yeah, Masked Singer. But that's true about the fact that she never really had, the Pussycat Dolls had hits, and she never really had a hit, even though.
Listen, and nothing against Nicole. Nicole is incredible, but she doesn't connect. You have to connect with people.
I got a connection for you. I have a connection for you.
What's the connection?
My very dear friend, Lily McLeod. You know the name?
No.
She doesn't go by that anymore.
What does she go by now?
Nicole McLeod or Lily Nicole
whatever. She's won on, what is it?
No, she didn't win it. Okay, so she used to be a dance artist in the 80s or something, and then she went on X Factor. She came in 5th place. She was the 50-something-year-old black lady with the big afro who sang Alabaster Box. But she does a lot of great dance music.
She has a voice that nobody has. You got to hear her. She's got a song out called "What About the Children." I'd like to send it to you, and for you to hear.
Is it out? Can I just listen to it?
You don't just listen to it. It's actually a ballad, though.
It is so gorgeous. The notes that she hits, Dave, better than Streisand, better than the other one that killed herself, the one that died in the bathtub. What was her name?
Oh, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston, better.
No, she's phenomenal, and she's got new
By the
songs.
way, that's saying something. When you just said somebody's better than Whitney, that's a throwdown, Ron. You just literally threw down that somebody's better than Whitney Houston. That's a big deal.
You can.
She is. Her notes. I say she swallowed a violin because her C's are clean. She sings like an angel. She's got power. Her voice is fabulous.
She put out a brand new album.
Was Ron a manager? Were you a manager in your past life, Ron?
No. But she's a dear friend of mine, and I love her. She's a kind person. She's a Christian, a good woman. She's kind. And Michelle Obama was going to use her song, "What About the Children," for something. And I don't know what happened. But Lily McLeod, oh my God, can she sing?
I'm looking because she just released a bunch of new songs, but she's not going under Lily McLeod.
Why did she change her name?
She's going under Nicole now.
No, she's got another name that she just released songs under. And
then you know her.
No, she's looking it up.
I'm reading all your fans right now typing in your comments.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. That's funny. Nicole J. McLeod, but she's got another one. Anyway, you would like her. She's really, really talented.
I'm telling you, if you promote her, you'll make money.
He doesn't do the promotion. He just does the remixes.
He's what?
He does the remixes. He's not a promoter.
Well, he could promote her in Rick's mix. Whatever. I just love her, and I could hear her sing. I mean, when she does "What About the Children," in her voice, you hear such Caring. Oh, it's a beautiful song.
It's called Black Girl Singer now. She goes under Black Girl Singer. Her last like EP was under
Why
Black
did
Girl
she have
Singer.
to do Black Girl Singer?
I don't know, but
Black
that's what
Girl Singer. That's an interesting,
That's stupid.
an interesting name.
But I don't think those
And very
songs aren't as good as
stupid.
her other ones under her own name. And she had a couple of dance hits in the 80s. So let's go back to you, though. So you've already done stuff for like every person on the planet. Is there anybody that you have not remixed yet that you think, oh my God, I'd really love to remix this person?
Yeah, Whitney Houston, but she's dead.
Oh, okay, that won't work. Unfortunately,
What do you think of Cher, her voice?
I've done a remix for Cher. Well, did you listen to her new album?
No.
I mean, it's all electronic. It's not even.
Do you know she has a new album? I mean, she's got a new album, and I don't think it did very well. I think her young boyfriend's produced the album. I think, don't listen to me. I don't know everything, but
You're right. You're right.
she did a Christmas album. Sorry, she did a Christmas album. Actually, it did okay. I'm looking at the numbers right now. It did okay, but she's Cher. She should do okay. She had a song called DJ Play a Christmas Song. Came out in Christmas time. It was okay. Sounds like Cher. I mean, it wasn't great.
All electronic.
I'm the wrong one for Cher because, like, I know Believe and all that stuff was a big hit, but for me, I listened to Cher back when she did stuff like If I Could Turn Back Time, and she was like an actual, like, kind of like rock.
Cher's great. She had like relevant records in like 5 decades. I don't think anybody.
It's a big deal.
I don't think anybody's done that.
Cher was more of a nightclub performer than a recording artist. That's where she was. I've seen her in Las Vegas in shows, and she's wonderful. Better than on a record. So she's a nightclub performer. You have to see the whole thing: the Cher, the gown, the outfit, the whole.
I think she's also. I think she's smart, and I think coming up with Sonny Bono. I think she learned a lot of business, and I think that was a big part of it. And she was very smart in the moves she made. And she had great songs. Listen, you have to have great songs. That's it.
I knew
songs.
Sonny. I knew Sonny when Sonny was in Palm Springs. And Sonny was probably one of the best businessmen I have ever met. He had a mind for business like you can't imagine.
Very sad. Very sad that he died.
Smart, very good. Very good. He knew how to promote. He was a promoter. He brought Palm Springs back, It was a desolate place. Nobody wanted to be here. Everything was empty. Sonny made it happen. So Palm Springs today is all because of Sonny Bono.
He did. It's actually really blowing up in the last, I think, 2 years. Since COVID, actually, a lot of people have moved out there. It's really popping. We
live in
Palm Springs.
You're there now. Well, you got a Hollywood picture behind you. I'm thinking you're in Hollywood.
No, this is Hollywood movie theater because it says the Jimmy Star.
We're in Palm Springs. Yeah, I was out there twice. I was out there three times last year. 3 times last year. I played Pride. I played a pool party for Pride. I played another club that was terrible, and another club called Chill Bar. So I've been out 3 times for me to play in the city 3 times a year is a lot.
Well, let us know the next time you're out.
I will. I'm supposed to be there. I'm trying to be there on my birthday, which is October 12th.
October 12th.
Oh, that's cool. Our last guest has a show on September 20th.
Our guest before you, we're going to see his show at Oscars on the 12th, isn't it?
September 20th.
September 20th.
I love it. So where do you actually live? Because I think you mentioned Nashville. Didn't you mention?
I'm in Nashville. Grew up, but I was born and raised in LA in the San Fernando Valley. I was born in Van Nuys, grew up in the Valley, lived in every city in the Valley, met my wife, had 3 kids. And right before COVID, 2018, we made a crazy decision to move our family to Nashville. It was the only city I could go and actually do music, I thought. There's a music business in Nashville, besides LA, New York, and that's pretty much it. So we moved here, got a bigger house, paying less taxes, and my kids love it. My wife loves it. I love it. I miss the food in LA, but we made a good decision. Look at LA.
I miss the food.
Oh yeah, we don't like the food.
Are you kidding? LA food stinks.
But listen, but there's a lot more food. Like there's so many people in LA. You can find food. I love sushi. So
okay.
A lot of good sushi in LA.
Actually, so we have a friend.
Wait, hang on. When I was in New York, no, this is important.
Yeah.
When I was in New York, a very famous chef, and I won't give his name, said to me, the reason why the food in restaurants is no longer as good as it was is they are buying a lower grade of food because the top foods are expensive. So now they're buying shit food and trying to cook it and make it taste good. That's why restaurants stink in New York as well
Everywhere.
as everywhere.
We have a friend who's an actor, Jonathan Sheck, and he was in that movie, That Thing You Do, with Tom Hanks. He's actually been in a ton of stuff. But he actually left LA a couple of years ago and he moved to Nashville also. And he said it's great. He's got a wife.
We know a lot of people that went to Nashville.
And actually, we're coming to Nashville for the Josie Music Awards.
Right.
Josie Music Awards at the end of October. Because we have a bunch of different. Well, I'm a publicist, and we have a lot of clients who got nominated, and then we got my PR firm.
What's Josie Music Awards? What is that?
Josie Music Awards is for independent artists. It takes place at the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum is one night, and then the next night it's at the Grand Ole Opry, the actual awards ceremony.
And the lady that runs it is sensational. You would love her if you met her. She's the best. We love her.
But it's all indie artists, so it's like probably the second biggest show that there is for indie artists. That aren't your Madonna.
I don't think it's your speed, but
it'd be a step down for you. But for an independent artist trying to get recognition, it's a big deal.
Listen, I don't go to enough shows because it's just it's a chicken and the egg thing. I spend most of my time in the studio, but if you don't leave the studio, you can't see people or meet people. So I do leave once in a while, go see shows or see people. And I'm a governor for the Grammys, so I have to go to those meetings. That gets me out of the studio. And I do have 3 kids, so believe it or not, I've met a lot of people at my kids' sporting events.
Yep. So now, do any of your kids have an affinity for music? Or are they too young?
I have a 9-year-old daughter. I have 2 boys, they don't really care what I do. My 9-year-old daughter likes what I do. She's just starting to do singing and stuff. We put a record out of hers last year. She wrote a song and I recorded it, and it's just a silly song. But I think my daughter might be the music person. That's awesome.
Good.
I love it. So you really like Nashville then? It's nice. The people are nice.
People are nice. The weather's a thing. I didn't even know what weather was till I moved here, to be honest with you. Weather's crazy here. There's no weather in LA. It's just hot or it's regular or raining a little bit. That's about it. But here it's crazy tornadoes, a lot of rain and weather. It's weather. Hot, humid, raining, crazy stuff.
I was in Nashville in 1956, and it was not what it is today, that's for sure. Back in 56, it was a hick town. I think Elvis Presley made it happen.
It's still kind of a hick town in some ways. I mean, things are changing so fast. Everybody's moving here. Down if you went downtown on the weekend, you would be shocked. It's shocking how many people are here. There's 50 stages in 5 blocks. It's bananas. Well, you're coming in, but I mean, I don't know if you're going to go downtown, but it's one of the crazier than Vegas. Vegas has a lot of money. But Nashville has much more of a vibe. That's for sure.
I remember when they used to call the people from Nashville shit kickers. Do they still call them shit kickers?
No. Nobody uses the word shit kicker anymore, but that's funny. I know the term.
I'm 84. I was around with Columbus.
You look listen, I was born on Columbus Day. You look great. So the shit kicker thing, not a big term.
In the chat room, Lady Date Music has a question, and she's a really big independent music promoter. Actually, she works with independent artists. She wants to know, how do people basically, do you only do famous people's remixes or
no? Look at my Wikipedia. I do a lot more independent people. Look, the reason why people hire me, a reason people hire me is because they want they're to get ears on their song. And so I have a fan base. And so a lot of unknown artists hire me to remix their song because it gets promoted. It gets promoted to a bunch of people that wouldn't necessarily normally listen to their songs. So that's really the number one reason they hire me to do a remix is they're looking to get.
Would they do that? They would go to DaveAude.com and they could get
pretty easy. You can DM me on Instagram. You can go to DaveAude.com. There's an email there. It's very easy to get a hold of me if you want to get a hold of me.
We actually played before you came on your song with Jeffrey James, Breakout. I only did it because I love that dancing cat.
Wow! Oh, the cat video.
I loved it.
And I also love the video that you did with Sarah Potenza, Need You Now, I think, or something like Need You Now.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Now I think we need to do this for the elderly people that watch our show. Please explain exactly what you do in detail.
Okay.
What your job is.
I'll try to get as much in detail as I possibly can. So somebody has a song and they want a new version of it. And why do they want a new version of it? They want a new version, and that new version is called a remix. So here's what that new version does. Sometimes it's a dance remix, which means it's specifically for DJs to play at a club. So it's a dance version of their song for DJs to play, and people will dance to it. Sometimes it's just another version. It could be another version that might be a slower tempo, but still has a beat underneath it, just to have another version to promote. So now we're gonna send this version out to Dave Aude fans. They're gonna hear my song and they're gonna go, I wonder what the original sounds like. And they're gonna click on the original song, and now they've got people listening to their original song and figuring out who this artist they've never heard of is. So multiple reasons. Maybe they want to work out a song to work out to, and that's really what remixing is. But when I started doing this in the early 90s, remixing was based specifically for people to dance to your song. Now, it's not necessarily just to have people to dance to. It could be listening in the car, listening in the kitchen, playing it by the pool. There's a lot of places to play the remix version, not just the nightclub.
Right.
And you also remix for long length. To what is it called? When they lengthen the song.
Oh, he's play, yeah.
An extended.
But I mean, yes, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and even 2010s, longer versions were usually 5, 6, 7. I was doing 8-minute versions of the first Gaga stuff that I did, and the Beyonce stuff, and the Rihanna stuff. Now, club or extended versions usually end up to be around 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes, which is still kind of long, but.
The first long length one I think I ever danced to was Heard It Through the Grapevine. The extended version was really long. It was fabulous. We loved it. Remember that?
It's a great song. Yeah.
I mean, he was back.
Of course, do I remember that?
I used to go to Studio 54. Talk about Donna Summers. She used to close her song would be about 5 o'clock in the morning. Last Dance, and everybody got up if they could because they were so stoned. They tried to get up anyway and started dancing to Last Dance. That's when he would pour the amyl nitrate into the air conditioning system, and it would come down on the dance floor, and everybody was breathing amyl nitrate, and they started tearing off their clothes, and it was insane. You never saw anything. This is no bullshit. This is factual. Look it up. I mean, you would see like Twiggy naked, or you see Truman Capote dancing with some guy. It was totally insanity. And I've never in my life experienced anything like Studio 54. I used to live for it. Every night, Saturday night, I know I would be. It was the best time anybody ever had. It was incredible. What they did with it was wonderful.
You won't see that again because everybody has phones, and it would ruin it.
No, yes. It was a time that was just decadent for us. It was a decadent time.
So you guys, because we've only got like a minute and a half. So you guys, Dave Aude is going to be performing August 10th. I took this off your website. Is that still correct? In Belmar, New Jersey.
That's correct.
August 10th in Belmar, New Jersey.
Sure.
I'm bringing that up just because we have a huge audience from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And you guys, you can follow him on Instagram. It's at Dave Aude. His TikTok is at Dave Aude, and his website is daveaude.com. So he's super easy to find. And I want to commend you on your website. Very easy to navigate and get information off of. We have two guests every week, and a lot of times I go to these websites and I'm like, I can't find anything that's like useful, to have some facts or anything. So you did a great job with the website. You had a fabulous career. We want to thank Holly. Holly actually set this up, even though I know you're really friends with Eileen Shapiro, also, who's my business partner. But we want to.
Oh my God, Eileen! Yes, Eileen.
Holly Davidson is a good friend of mine, and Eileen is my business partner. And when I booked you, Eileen was like, "How'd you get Dave Aude?" And I was like, "Holly gave it to me." And she's like, "Oh, I know him."
Eileen is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, she's great.
She's a sweetie pie.
That's her job. That's her job. If everybody wasn't her favorite, she wouldn't have a job. That's what she does, right?
Yes, that's right. That's what I do too, actually. So yes.
But when she's not working, that's her personality. She's the same.
Yeah, she's awesome.
In personality, she's absolutely the same.
We got to go,
Sweet,
though.
kind, and caring.
So, Dave, thank you so much. Congratulations on all your success.
And you did a wonderful job of explaining to people what a remix is.
Fantastic.
Because a lot of people don't know that.
I'm a new fan of Ron's now that I've been on the show.
Thank you, Dave.
Good.
Thank you.
Jimmy and Ron, thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you so much. And if you ever got anything big to promote, let us know. We'll bring you back.
And thank you for making our show a good one.
I will.
Bye.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. It was a fun show. We want to thank our guests, John Arthur Hill and Dave Aude, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.